Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about Saturn in Aquarius. I have this placement and I want to talk about it in a way that of like um in a way like like of Saturn Aquarius in a way of an experience. um like obviously like growing up, and then what I feel this placement is ultimately here to do. So I'm gonna tell you guys my life story, and then ultimately, if you're smart enough, you guys will figure it out before I tell you. But yeah, I bet you guys are, Um, you guys are smart. You guys are smart. But anyway, so growing up, it's been up and down. It's been a roller coaster. I definitely do remember my childhood. I think a lot of people do. I'm not too sure if like people remember their childhood from like there's like when they're 6 or whatever. But I do remember glimpses of like, happy times when I was like younger and stuff like that. And I definitely was extremely creative. I I only attract Aquarius, you guys. It's so hilarious. Like, my soul attracts Aquarius. Like, like when when you're like the rule of thumb when it comes to the law of attraction, and you're supposed to not think of it and you're just supposed to let it go. Well, I never thought of an Aquarius, right? And my first crush was an Aquarius, like the love of my life, uh, like my twin flame. My both my siblings are Aquarians, and it's just like, yo, like they're just so crazy, like amazing. Like their amazingness is just hardcore. Now, like, granted, is every Aquarian like this? No, because I've met other Aquarians that are just like not my cup of tea. Um, but I still attract them. So that's, like one of, the I guess uh points, that I have. I'm always attracting Aquarians, but only if I let, the universe do its job. And like I said, Aquarius, like I just want to marry an Aquarian just to see how it is. Because they're really, really, really cute. They're beautiful. They're just like drop dead gorgeous. Um, and like I'm not here to date. Like I'm just like so past that. I'm like 30 years old. I'm not getting any younger, and I'm gonna get married. Okay. So, but basically, yeah, growing up, I was like growing up when I was 6 years old. It's like I could only remember back back when I was 6. And I was always very like I could remember, you know, looking up to my sister, which she's an Aquarian. And she was always like to herself. She would always, laugh at herself, at her jokes. She would always like laugh at like you know, at herself and stuff like that. And I'd be like, why, what are you laughing at, or whatever. Or maybe not, maybe she would be like, you know, laughing at things that she was listening to, and I'd be like, why is she laughing like that? And like when I was 6 years old, like I was already like an adult because I'm a Capricorn. So Capricorns are like extremely adults when they come into this earth. And as they age, like when they're like 60, they're a teenager. So, but, um, basically, so yeah, so I would always like be around her and everything. And like when she would, I think my sister, I think, yeah, so she's 8 years older than me. So when I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, she was 14 when I was 6. And I think she was in, hmm, I don't know, I don't remember. I, I don't, I don't remember my sister going to school. Um, I actually do, because when we moved from this state that we're at, to Florida, um, she went to high school in Florida, and I remember that. I remember that we went to her graduation and everything. We went out to eat and everything. So yeah, that's that. And then so basically that I always grew up with her. Like I always grew. Oh, I should charge my phone before it dies. But yeah, I always grew wanting to be her like best friends. Like I've always like not now that I know that we're extremely two different people. Now I know that like people have their own issues. Um like we've never really had like a fight or like issues before, but like I've always loved her so much, and like she's always been like a second mom to me. And literally she was like she definitely changed my diapers and everything like that. So she like I was her first kid, and like she would obviously say the same thing, like she's my second mom. So what else can I say? Mm, I can also say, okay, so after that, yeah, so I would be like, oh my god, I love her so much. I think like you're the coolest. Like, and I would imagine myself like, you know, going to college with her, being her roommate or whatever, and like just having like the best time of life with my sister. But like that's not how life works. Unfortunately. um, so you know, life just, you know, people, you know, what I realized is that people create their life the way that they want. Um, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to change your heart. You know, always be your, you know, your heart, heart, um, your heartwarming self. You know, because people need that. You know, you're nice, you're sweet, humble, you know, caring, loving self. Um, okay, and before, like, I'm gonna actually I'm kind of like rushing this video because when I started this video, my phone was at 8%, so it's literally at like probably at 3% right now. Um, but like yeah, so second thing I want to talk about is that with this placement, Saturn and Aquarius, I strongly feel that um you're long story short, bottom line is that you will not only will you attract Aquarians, but you know, it's stupid like videos like on here on the YouTube, you know, people like are just like beating around the bush when it comes to this subject, and really does it like they really don't get to the nitty-gritty about this subject. But um having this placement, I can definitely get to it. And what I feel that this placement is definitely all about is that one day you will definitely be Aquarius. Because Saturn is all about time. So if you put Aquarius in a planet of time, you take your time to be an Aquarius, right? So whatever sign you are, you know, if you have Saturn in Aquarius, and like, you know, it's probably you're going to be Uranian, Uranian, right? You're gonna be like you're gonna be uh, an outcast. You're gonna be weird. You're going to be creative, artistic. And if you're able to, you know, like my sister, I didn't think she was weird at all. You know, never in my life thought she was weird. But like she definitely masked it. You know, she definitely did certain things that would really mask her weirdness if she was ever weird. um and, you know, she would a lot of the times like sleep a lot. She would always like be in her room. So I don't really know, you know. She would always have a lot of friends. You know, Aquarians have a lot of friends. You know, they're more so with their friends than their family. But like I said, this phone is gonna die soon. So um most likely 9 times out of the 10, whatever zodiac sign you are, extreme, like like you're going to be like you're gonna come off as an Aquarius, like 100%. Like if you um if you follow Saturn's rules, obviously you have Saturn in Aquarius, but if you follow Saturn's rules and you pass Saturn's tests and you know, pass Saturn's karmas or whatever, because yeah, Aquarius is an amazing zodiac sign. They're just so beautiful. They're gorgeous, cute. I love Aquarius. Um, my crush, my um, my the love of my life, my twin flame, because you know, shit. I bet like if they saw me right now, I mean, shit. I know I have 5 o'clock shadow. Haters, right? You want to point that shit out, point it out. But I know that um no one is gonna really give a fuck, you know. That's just one thing. You know, people have no eye, like one eye. You know, people have one arm, people have no limbs. You know, all I really have to do is get laser hair removal. So people are stupid, but you know what, I don't give a fuck because I'm not them. I don't deal with them. And I just got a comment yesterday about like dumb shit, and you know, people just like to fucking vomit in your videos, and it's stupid because they were judging me, and I don't judge people, but like at the same time, like when I went to their page, when I went to their channel, their header said crippled dash crippled dasher. So I'm like, you're crippled and you find it in your day to make fun of somebody. That doesn't make any sense. It really fucking doesn't. So yeah. That's probably why you're crippled. You know, God knows everything. God knows why he does things. um that's why I have all my limbs. That's why I'm like so healthy. That's why Capricorns are extremely healthy and wealthy and rich and a bitch and a dick and big daddy energy, because they just don't associate themselves with anybody. And when they become an Aquarius, like Saturn in Aquarius, with time they become Aquarius. they don't need anybody because they're the shit, and their shit don't stink, and they actually, you know, they'll actually one day realize that they don't need anybody, and they'll all they'll need is designer shit, Hermes bags, and you know, luxury stuff. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing that I'm able to, it's a beautiful thing that I was able to see my sister, you know, get her designer shit, and like, you know, get her red bottoms, get her bags or whatever, because that's what I'm gonna like, that's what I aspire to be, because that's what Aquarians are, you know. They're just like so, they're just so beautiful and just so like rich and fancy. So that's basically my video on Saturn and Aquarius. If you have this placement, um keep on working on what you're doing every single day. If you're not working on yourself, on what you're feeling inside, then you're not working on your Saturn and Aquarius. But if you are feeling what you're feeling inside, and you're working towards whatever it is that you're feeling, then you're working towards your Saturn and Aquarius. And like I said, you'll be an Aquarius sooner rather than later. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye for now.